Hello, Mr. Smith.
Hi, Mr. Smith. This is Falling. Thanks for agreeing to speak with me again and updating me how our national railroads are handling the fuel crisis. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Um, we've seen diesel prices shoot up from about $3 to $5, and now they're holding steady. And we've seen the availability dip as low as 85 to 90%. And right now, we're showing about 92% availability for diesel. How has this price increase and this availability shortage affected the railroads?
So the price increase is causing some effect. We have raised some of our rates in certain commodities and stuff. It's obviously causing our cost to increase greatly. The accounting department, it's making a big fluctuation over there. But we have raised a lot of our rates to compensate for the additional cost. And so we're still able to recur our cost. And as far as availability, we have all the diesel we need. Government's made sure that the railroads have all the fuel we need so that we can keep moving and keep the economy going or the country moving.
Has there been any incidences where you have ran out of fuel, where like the National Guard has had to bring in fuel or anything like that?
We've had to have some security measures as far as our diesel shipments go. Some of our larger terminals have pumping petroleum pipelines that pump to our larger terminals, so our supply is direct. And but our smaller terminals that get their diesel in by truck, we've had to National Guard has, in certain instances, provided additional security to get the trucks in without being hijacked and things of that nature.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen some of those convoys going down the roads before. Um,
Yeah.
Now, how can the average American help support our national railroad system?
Um, a lot of, supporting companies that choose to ship by rail is a big help. A lot more companies are doing so because of the economies of it, especially shipping long distances. The biggest way is to just buy from companies that, um, ship rail and local, American companies.
Okay. Are the railroads well funded by the government, or is that something that us as American citizens can lobby with our senators and things like that to get you more funding? I know the CTA in Chicago is underfunded, and they've been seeking several million, actually $1 billion from the government for funding so they can upgrade their systems. I mean, as us, do you think that would help if we wrote letters, called our Congress people to try and get you guys more funding, or do they pretty well take care of you?
Um, as far as funding, the railroad, we are self-sustaining. We're able to cover our costs and to we're not losing money and need funding in that sort of way. What we do need assistance is or help is in capacity issues. A lot of all the railroads are tight right now as far as capacity. We've got main lines congested, yards congested, and the struggle is trying to find ways to get the freight through. And we've called upon many programs and try to get the government to give us funding for specific quarter capacity projects, such as CREATE in Chicago and other ones throughout the country that help alleviate bottlenecks,
And
rerouting
how do
trains.
they I'm sorry, how do they do that? How would they relieve bottlenecks? Using high-speed trains, double tracking main lines? I mean, how would you why how what would the government money be used for these projects?
There's many different projects. There's that Alameda corridor in California that was completed in last year, I believe. Eliminated many grade crossings. It also widened, added more tracks, and now they're able to, from the port out there in LA, they can run through the corridor, more trains, alleviate all the congestion bottlenecks, alleviate congestion on the road because they reduce the number of grade crossings. Actually, the tracks are below street level, so the streets cross over above,
Oh, wow.
and it's safer. There's no, less likely of trespassers and stuff like that. Just all kinds of different, you're reactivating old lines that were abandoned, signaling projects to create higher capacity, things of that nature that cost a lot of money, a lot of infrastructure dollars. We have a limited amount of money, budgeted for capacity improvements and infrastructure improvements.
So that's something that we can ask the government for. We can start lobbying campaigns for and petitions and asking our congressmen and women to support, correct? Bills like that for funding?
Yeah, stuff like in Chicago, they got the Chicago Region Environmental and Transportation Efficiency Program, known as CREATE. They're called for $1.5 billion in government and state financing to help.
What is that project called again? I'm sorry?
CREATE, Chicago Region Environmental and Transportation Efficiency Program. It's trying to increase the efficiency and the capacity of freight moving through Chicago, which is a major bottleneck, major rail hub, the largest rail hub in the country. The Chicago's